All right, so today we're going deep on some lyrics.
Mhm.
Specifically, Big Eat's Better Life music video on YouTube.
Okay.
And we've got the transcript right here so we can really get into the words themselves.
Hmm.
And, I think what we're really hoping to understand is, like, what is the message here?
Yeah,
And who is Big Eat trying to reach with this song?
absolutely. I mean, the first thing that jumps out at me is just how direct it is.
Yeah.
Like he's not beating around the bush. He
Well,
comes right out and says, like, gang members, the drug dealers and drug addicts, them club rockers, them young killers, the heart stoppers.
right, like that's a pretty specific list.
Yeah, it's bold, I think, to start off like that.
Yeah, it is.
And he's clearly he's spading his aim right to show these people a better life
Yeah.
by bringing them out of Christ.
Interesting. So he's sort of setting this up like a path.
Yeah, yeah, and I think it makes you wonder, right? Because he's targeting these very specific groups,
Yeah.
often marginalized groups, So you start to think, is he trying to connect with folks who maybe feel like they've been overlooked by the more like typical ways of reaching out?
Right, right. So let's try and kind of dig into this better life that he's talking about.
Yeah.
He mentions his own transformation. I made it. The life that I'm living is crazy.
Yeah.
Can you believe they want to be dead? But he is in best to save me. It's like he's drawing on his own experiences to make this point.
I think that's a really crucial element here.
Yeah?
Because it gives his message the sense of authenticity.
Yeah.
It's not just like abstract theology or whatever.
Right.
He's saying like, this is real. This is what I lived.
Mhm.
And you can't deny the importance of faith to his message.
Well, for sure.
I call Jesus about my problem, and then this desire to teach others how to live through Christ. It's
Mhm.
very clear that faith is the key for him.
Yeah, there's definitely this like urgent tone in his delivery too.
Yeah.
Like phrases like, tell him take the not perfect and don't be scared to give your love. Those feel like direct instructions.
Oh, absolutely. There's a real sense of urgency there.
Right.
A conviction, give my all to worship him again.
Yeah.
That's strong.
Yeah, and then you've got this recurring image of breaking chains.
Right. In Jesus' name, say the name. He can break the chain. And I think that's particularly powerful given who he's speaking to.
Yeah.
Folks who may be dealing with addiction or violence. This idea of being liberated from those things
Right.
really resonates.
That breaking chains image ties in so well with the groups that he names, right?
It does.
Like he's offering them this way out.
Exactly. Yeah. He's saying, hey, there's a different path.
Mm-hmm.
And then the line, how you start, it's about how you finish. I think that's so crucial to his message
Yeah.
because it's about hope. It's saying, look, no matter what your past looks like, you can change.
Right. Right. There's always that chance for redemption.
Right.
He also seems really confident in his music's power to connect with people.
Yeah.
He says, my music, I know they feel it. As soon as they hear these words, go, you're never going to leave them, never forsake them. That's a pretty big statement.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
And that level of self-belief, mixed with the spiritual element, I think that speaks volumes about how he approaches this whole thing.
Yeah, like he sees his music as a way to deliver this message.
Yeah, it's like a direct line.
And then there's this part where he's like making this direct plea.
A spiritual plea. Oh, God, give him my little lifestyle. Let your spirit fall down your fire.
Wow.
It's powerful stuff.
Yeah, it is. And he wants others to experience that transformation that he's gone through.
Absolutely.
So I guess in wrapping up this deep dive into Big Eat's Better Life lyrics, it's really all about this message of redemption and a path to a better life through faith.
Right.
And he's really aiming that message folks who are going through tough times.
Yeah.
What I think is really interesting and what I'm hoping our listeners will think about is how direct and specific he is. He's not shying away from naming these groups and really honing in on them.
Yeah, it's a very intentional choice.
It is.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what does that tell us about the different ways, and sometimes unconventional ways that people try to inspire change
Yeah.
and offer these alternative paths to others?
It's a really fascinating question, and I think Big Yeet gives us a lot to think about here.
For sure. All right.
Okay.
Well, that's going to do it for this deep dive. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
We'll catch you next time.